Hello everybody, my name is Jay and you are tuned into Hyperglam 101. I know it's been a while and I hope you've missed me just as much as I've missed all of you guys. The start of 2020 has been so busy for me, juggling so many things, but in light of recent circumstances, I have found myself with a lot more time on my hands. So of course I had to get back to my Hyperglam dolls and keep encouraging and uplifting my ladies. I hope you're all staying home, staying safe, and with all this free time that we all now have, I hope that we're all planning to use this time wisely to elevate ourselves further in this journey. Despite all the craziness out there, which I'm sure has left a lot of you feeling confused and out of place, I just want to encourage you ladies to look at things through a different lens and focus on the things that you can control. I think that this is a time to really focus on ourselves, make a start on that project, to learn a new skill, self-reflect. What better time to unravel yourself and build a bigger, badder version of yourself than right now? In this video, we are going to talk about putting yourself first. Putting yourself first is not selfish, no matter what anybody tells you, okay? It is necessary. You don't have to shout it from the rooftops, but you do need to keep this in the forefront of your mind as a feminine woman, because sometimes we get too carried away being nurturers and caregivers to others and get too comfortable in relationships. Feminine women are silent leaders. We understand men and their egos and their need to be validated. We know the position that we play, but that doesn't mean that we need to be dumb, ladies, okay? You have to always put yourself first. Your needs and your wants always need to be first and forefront in your mind and in everything that you do. You have to have a plan of action, otherwise you run the risk of severely being taken advantage of. Because honey, you did not level up that hair game, that shoe game, nail game to be taken advantage of and give your all to someone who is not given a fraction back. When you're going into a relationship, you need to have your cards very clearly laid out on the table and make it clear what you are looking for, because closed mouths do not get fed, and it's not up to anyone else to rack their brains trying to figure out what you want. You need to know that for yourself. Anybody who cannot live up to your reasonable expectations are quite frankly not your match, and you want to figure that out as soon as possible rather than later. Why is it important to put yourself first in a relationship? Don't I need to be loving and nurturing and soft with a man? I get this question like all the time, and my answer to that is, who the hell told you can't do both, okay? A man can love and provide for a woman, but typically he will always put his feelings first and himself first, meaning if something is not to his liking anymore, he will not sit down and hash out the who, what, when and why something is missing from the relationship. He will go look for it somewhere else, whether it being unbeknown to you or whether he leaves you to go find that somewhere else, because his self-fulfillment comes first. He comes first. So you cannot be naive and so in love that you now neglect yourself and don't put yourself first. I know it can be a sad reality being an adult and realizing that love and relationships are not the fairy tale we all thought they were going to be growing up. But it's only really sad if you're not in the frame of mind to accept real life, and it's only really sad if you just don't have high expectations for yourself. The key is you just have to find a relationship balance that works for you. Nobody is saying that in your quest to find a man of means that you need to just be with anybody because he's got money, someone who treats you like trash. You definitely need to find someone with all the qualities that you want in a man, but make sure that your needs are being met. One thing that you can't do in a relationship is give without receiving. If ever in doubt, ask yourself, if you're putting others before yourself, who is putting your needs before theirs? You need to always look out for number one, and number one being you. How do I put myself first in the relationship? How do I make that feel natural to me? Self-discovery, self-reflection, and understanding that in all realms of this universe, you are the prize is how you start to figure out how to put yourself first. You are a woman, the giver of life. What is greater than that? Who can actually top that? What man can actually top that? Okay? If you don't know how powerful you are, you better get to know, because it's almost the physical world's job to sway a woman from learning and understanding her power. So you need to work extra hard, constantly affirming yourself every single day of your worth, of your power, and how fantastic and irreplaceable you are. Get to know yourselves and tap into your power. Learn to set boundaries and don't apologize for having boundaries, and don't let anybody question you about them either. I think when people think about femininity and being soft and light, it can really get twisted in people's minds. Being a feminine woman does not mean your feelings are not valid. It does not mean you don't have a voice. It does not mean that you need to be seen and not heard. Understand that if you give people the opportunity to feed off your energy, they will take every ounce. So you need to make your energy exclusive to those that are showing that they deserve it. Boundaries are necessary so that people know what level to meet you at. If they can't respect you and they can't respect your boundaries, then adios. I really encourage ladies during this time, especially if you are serious about leveling up. It's a mental thing more than anything. It's a process. It is not easy. It's a lot of looking in the mirror and telling yourself hard truths. It's a lot of picking yourself apart, taking a look at all these pieces in depth, facing those traumas and making peace with yourself regarding things to do within your past. It really is a long thing, but if you want it, you got to do the work. The same goes in relationships. I know how us women can get in relationships. Our instincts are to take care, to nurture, to provide emotional support, to be empathetic. We give and give some more, and that can open us up to extreme disappointment. You should only be doing all that for someone that is doing that for you. If he's not supporting you, if he's not contributing to your lifestyle, if he's not taking care of you financially, if he's taking up your time and not making that time up to you with something, honey, then all you should be giving that relationship is dust. Men love to try and cheat out of playing their part, so do not get fooled. Only pay dust to those dusties. Confidence is honestly the key. When you are confident within yourself, you're not going to allow yourself to get into relationships and friendships and patterns that do not serve you. So please, ladies, put yourselves first. Always lead with grace, with class. You are fabulous. You are amazing. I'm definitely going to be putting up more videos now that I have more time on my hands. And yes, until next time, ladies. Bye.